traditional male structure of how theater is ordered, and the fact that it's for women structuring theater?
Well, that wasn't our original intention, but I think it would be sort of irresponsible to ignore the fact that we are for women creating this. I think that any ideas of creating an ensemble group and making it circular, I think it would have been a subconscious choice if it was, you know, like it wasn't a choice of we're female and thus it must be circular rather than, but you know, yeah, it's very possible that those two ideas can relate to each other. Yes.
Can you talk a little about unexpected things that occurred during this process? Not technical difficulties, but
right.
The interactive difficulties or surprises that have happened.
Yeah. The greatest thing about this project is that it's a collaborative effort, and the worst thing about this project is that it is a collaborative effort. You know, from the beginning, 2 years ago, up until now, communication is incredibly difficult. It is incredibly difficult. That being said, the product and as well as the process is very rewarding in that we can all communicate, that we are allowed to communicate like this with each other. It's sort of a privilege that I don't think a normal theater would allow for. But at the same time, I mean, you know, our communication and the fact that technology allows for so many different kinds of communication. We email every day. We see each other face to face every single day. We use Twitter and Tango and texting and everything, and it's a mess. It's a complete mess. I will not lie. But it happens, and we booked a venue, and we're going, and we're going to have a show in June, and I hope you'll see it. But I would not have had it any other way. It's been very rewarding.
Are there people involved besides the four of you who fill some of those other roles?
Absolutely.
Managers?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. I hope I didn't, yeah, definitely. It started with the four of us, but it grew immensely just by, you know, we had to cast the show. We couldn't all, as much as we try, we can't play all the roles. But no, I mean, we cast the show also accordingly to what other skills people could bring. And so, like I said, we have performers who are also like our poster designers over there, and the blue poster at the beginning, she designed that for us. And we all have we all wear multiple hats. So
I guess I'm curious, and that's a follow-on question. When you bring more people in, as you brought these other individuals into the group, and they become part of the collaborative, was there ever a point where someone says, you know, comes in and says, well, why are we doing it, you know, sort of questioning things that had already taken place, and do you sort of revisit that every time?
Yeah, and that's also part of the challenge, because the four of us have been working on it for 2 years, and a lot of our cast has been working on it for 2 months. And so it takes a responsibility on the four of us, on our part, to let go of a lot of the stuff we're holding on to, and to say, yeah, what isn't working about this scene? What in the writing isn't working? And so, yeah, it's a lot of trust and a lot of just being fearless, really, because it's about being able to voice your opinion. And if in the rehearsal room people aren't voicing their opinion, that's sort of a loss that we can't really get. We can't regain that. So it's not a perfect model, absolutely, and so we just try to get as much of a collaborative voice as we can.
Yeah, can you explain how this structure produces an environment that's free from the theater of failure?
Well, like I was saying just a second ago, it's the concept that this is a room that allows for all voices to be heard, and so we're asking for a great deal of trust on audition for, we'd play a role with a lot of reservations because you have to do it this way or it's wrong, or and I think that has to do with the way the director, like the structure of that. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm